Did you know that in 2025, some countries have completely closed their doors to British travelers? That's right. If you hold a UK passport, there are places where you'll be denied entry, refused a visa, or even face detention. While some of these bans are linked to political tensions or ongoing conflicts, a few might surprise you. Imagine booking your dream trip, planning every detail, only to find out that your passport is useless at the border. Or worse, what if you land in a country where Brits are heavily restricted and you find yourself in serious trouble? So why is this happening? What exactly is behind these travel bans? In some cases, countries have cut ties with the UK over diplomatic disputes. In others, they've imposed strict entry requirements, making it extremely difficult for British citizens to get in. From war-torn regions to authoritarian states, and even a place where cars must be white, this list is full of surprises. Before you make your next travel plans, make sure to watch until the end. One of these destinations might be on your bucket list. Let's dive into 10 countries where British citizens are not welcome in 2025. Saudi Arabia. At first glance, Saudi Arabia might not seem like a country that would restrict British travelers. After all, they've recently opened their doors to tourists with new visa policies. However, entering Saudi Arabia comes with serious risks. In recent years, there have been multiple reports of British citizens being detained, interrogated, and even imprisoned over minor issues like social media posts, carrying prescription medication, or even wearing the wrong clothes. The UK's diplomatic influence is limited, and Saudi Arabia's strict legal system adds to the risks. While not outright banning Brits, these restrictions make Saudi Arabia one of the most unpredictable and risky destinations for UK travelers in 2025. Bhutan. Bhutan is famous for its stunning landscapes, Buddhist monasteries, and the concept of measuring happiness through gross national happiness. But if you're British, visiting Bhutan is almost impossible unless you're willing to spend thousands. British tourists face a mandatory sustainable development fee of $100 per day, in addition to visa costs, government-approved hotels, and guided tours. The country has a selective tourism policy, aiming to attract wealthy, responsible travelers. For most Brits, Bhutan is financially out of reach. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is one of the most secretive and isolated countries in the world. Its government tightly controls media, tourism, and foreign influence, making it extremely difficult for British citizens to visit. Around 90% of tourist visa applications are rejected, and even if you manage to get one, you'll be required to hire a government-approved guide. With a regime that has a cult-like personality and strict visa policies, Turkmenistan remains a mystery for most British travelers. Russia. Once a popular destination for many British tourists, Russia is now practically off-limits for UK travelers. Due to ongoing tensions, including sanctions and espionage scandals, Russia has made it increasingly difficult for British citizens to visit. Visa applications are often delayed, denied, or ignored, and traveling to Russia comes with serious risks. British nationals face the possibility of detainment, surveillance, and difficulty receiving consular support. Direct flights are limited, and security concerns make Russia one of the most difficult countries to visit in 2025. Iran. Iran, with its rich culture and history, would be an incredible destination for any traveler. However, for British passport holders, visiting Iran in 2025 is nearly impossible. Diplomatic relations between the UK and Iran are at an all-time low, and British tourists often face visa denials or lengthy delays. Dual nationals, especially British Iranian citizens, have faced arbitrary arrests, adding to the risks. The UK Foreign Office explicitly advises against travel to Iran, making it a destination that is largely off-limits for British travelers. Libya. Libya, once a hub of Mediterranean tourism with its ancient Roman ruins and stunning desert landscapes, is now a no-go zone for British travelers. Since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi, the country has been in a state of chaos, with militia groups, an unstable government, and widespread violence. As a result, Libya remains closed to most foreign visitors, especially British citizens. The lack of a functioning British embassy and the extreme risks posed by kidnappings and violent crime make Libya one of the most dangerous places for UK travelers in 2025. Syria, home to some of the world's most ancient cities, is now one of the most dangerous destinations for British citizens. A decade of war has left the country in ruins, and UK nationals face extreme security risks. With no diplomatic relations between the UK and Syria, the British government has imposed heavy sanctions, making it almost impossible for Brits to obtain a visa. In addition, foreign nationals, especially from Western countries, are at risk of detainment, surveillance, and even arrest on espionage charges. For British travelers, Syria is a country that remains firmly off limits in 2025. Yemen, with its breathtaking natural beauty and rich history, is another country that is off limits to British travelers. Due to ongoing civil war, political instability, and extreme security risks, Yemen is one of the most dangerous places in the world in 2025. The UK government strongly advises against all travel to Yemen, and there is no British embassy to provide consular support. Foreigners, especially British citizens, are at significant risk of being kidnapped, targeted by extremist groups, or caught in the ongoing conflict. Yemen remains closed to British tourists with no signs of change. North Korea, one of the most mysterious and isolated countries on the planet, has essentially closed its doors to British travelers in 2025. Once a destination for controlled government tours, the country now severely restricts visas for UK citizens. Tensions between North Korea and Western nations, including the UK, have resulted in collapsed diplomatic ties. The risks of imprisonment for minor offenses, like taking an unauthorized picture, are high, and with no British embassy in the country, if you get into trouble, you're on your own. North Korea is a destination best avoided for British travelers. Afghanistan, under Taliban control, is arguably the most dangerous place for British travelers in 2025. Diplomatic relations have completely collapsed, and with no British embassy in Afghanistan, there is no consular support if something goes wrong. British citizens are at extreme risk of detention, interrogation, or being used as political pawns. The UK government strongly advises against travel, and any attempt to enter the country could lead to serious consequences. For British passport holders, Afghanistan is a destination that should be completely off the radar. In 2025, several countries have significantly restricted or completely shut their doors to British travelers. These restrictions, ranging from visa bans to serious diplomatic tensions, have made travel risky and in some cases, nearly impossible. Some countries, due to political instability or war, have made it nearly impossible for UK citizens to visit. Saudi Arabia, for instance, while not outright banning Brits, imposes strict entry requirements and risks, including detentions and interrogations over minor offenses. Bhutan, on the other hand, hasn't banned UK travelers, but has made visiting nearly impossible with expensive fees and strict travel regulations. Other countries like Turkmenistan and Russia have placed heavy restrictions on British visitors, due to authoritarian governments and intense diplomatic standoffs. For Russia, visa applications are often delayed or denied, while Turkmenistan requires foreign travelers to adhere to strict government tours and visa policies. Iran, Libya, and Syria also feature on the list due to strained diplomatic relations and ongoing conflicts. Iran has long been a challenging country for British citizens, and the risks of arrest or detention are high. Libya, with its ongoing instability, makes travel extremely dangerous, and Syria remains off-limits due to the civil war and the risk of detention. Yemen is also inaccessible due to the civil war and the absence of a British embassy, leaving travelers at risk without consular support. North Korea and Afghanistan are two of the most dangerous and restricted countries for British travelers, with the UK severing ties due to human rights concerns, political tensions, and the threat of detainment or worse. While some of these countries were once popular travel destinations, their political climates have changed significantly, leaving British citizens to reconsider their travel plans. Which country surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, check out our previous videos for more eye-opening facts and insights. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free and takes just one click. Stay safe, stay informed, and see you in the next one.